4, please silence your phones. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Well, we need to add,
Oh, okay, we
Yeah,
can, okay.
we need to add the matter of authorizing the town of Lakeview to apply for local government grants on,
It's a resolution
yeah,
resolution.
under new business.
Yes.
Okay, with that addition, I move that we adopt the agenda.
I'll second.
motion's made and seconded. Those in favor?
Aye.
There's a motion on the consent agenda.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Those in favor? Aye. Move on down to guest speakers, communications, informational items. Start off with Bryce from the LHS Honor Society. Or whoever.
Kyle Dieter.
Kyle,
Yes.
you're in charge of it? Okay. And somebody put Bryce down here, I don't know.
Well, that's
Yeah,
who I
he
was.
was-
That's your call.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your call.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you're on the floor.
Awesome. So, as you know, last year we did a color run dedicated to Noni Vandenberg, and this year we are wanting to do it again. We want to make it an annual event, and this year we have the same route. And so, and I can hand them all out to you all, so you can see, and we're hoping to get that route approved by the town, so that we can do it.
Did it work well last year?
Yes.
As far as the route and everything?
Yeah.
And what date?
May 19th.
May 19th.
May 19th?
And there's a 5K.
What time does it run usually?
10:30.
10:30? Okay.
Have you got one?
That's what time it starts? Just around the block? Here, I've got two.
More participants that way, huh?
Everyone different?
Oh, yeah, there's a 3K and a 5K.
Oh, those are the two. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the small one is a 3K, this is the 5K.
Thank you, Kyle.
I might walk this. I heard lots of good things about it after last year's, that people had a good time, that it was worthwhile, that it was
Yeah, people really enjoy it.
well done.
Yeah, and so, because it is a color run, they do throw chalk, but the Forest Service and BLM come with fire engines and spray the road with chocolate stickers. So it just washes
So
it.
nice of you to arrange for that.
Yeah.
Can you walk it?
Hmm?
Can I walk it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Can we bring our dogs?
Yes.
She can walk out further than me.
That's so terrible.
And then, this should be an annual event, I don't see a problem with it.
No, I don't.
Anybody else?
I'm sure.
I
You
do.
will go to our police chief
Yeah.
and double check the route with him and let him know what's going on.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
essential that you do that.
Yes.
We will have an. Do you have to have things blocked out then?
Hmm?
Are you blocking any roads when you do this, or?
No, but last year when we talked to the police, they had
Kind of an escort type.
patrols going around.
Okay,
Just making
yeah,
sure.
so we want you guys to be safe.
Yes.
And I will give this to him also, but I will let him know that you guys might come and talk to him, or I'll have him come get a hold of you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah,
Good endeavor, best of luck.
I think it's great.
And all the funds go straight to the advanced middle math program that Noni started.
Okay.
So,
And the scholarship fund that we started.
yes, we started a scholarship.
So do you, don't you usually go to Portland or somewhere, didn't she? Where was it that she?
Oh yeah, the math trip, we would go to Portland every day. The 8th grade advanced math group would go to Portland to explore our math careers, so that's what we're supporting.
Okay, good, good.
It's great.
I love that you're carrying the dog. So,
Hey, you got her?
Great.
so are you guys all running? Are you supervising?
We have guys to
We have-
supervise.
Gotta have those too, huh?
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Dieter.
I'll be.
Kyle Dieter,
That's the same day as my wedding, Margaret. I
it's
had
in
a
day what?
blast the same day as my wedding. We had a blast last year when we did it. It was a lot of fun.
First.
May
Yeah, and they
19th,
just show up in color.
we're in a cute little white dress and rip through it.
Oh, I won't wear the dress there. She doesn't like my dress.
I don't like it.
Okay,
because I don't
let's
think
move
it's
on.
what you wanted in the first place.
No, but I don't think I'll get what I wanted. That's okay.
In regards to the packet, the LHS handout,
Mhm.
this was the result of their meeting that
Right.
they had.
That was what
It's
was
good that
handed
they came
out.
up with that.
I went to that meeting, and quite
Well
interesting.
attended, yeah.
Mhm. You spoke.
No, my daughter did.
Oh, okay.
She's
Yeah,
yelled
she
out.
sat there with us.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and that might be something, you know, that, as we were talking about the public safety fee, is hopefully getting a resource officer or something back in the school eventually. Maybe through this fund, or maybe different things that,
Working with.
yeah, working, I think when we get a new chief on board, working with the schools to get this going again is essential to our community, if we can get a resource
Well,
officer.
and
With the
you
concerns
could
of
have
today.
one of your regular officers who's assigned that as part of his duties, like, Kemp used to do, but,
Well, he was a resource officer.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he did other police things. so
Yeah.
It wasn't just that, but.
And that's what we did in NISA, was had every hour they were in the school, they were paid by the school. And that included their, all their benefit package. But all the time they were out, we picked that up, the town did, so.
I would love to think that could happen, but
I'm sorry to leave not knowing what's going on, but the personnel department, or personnel changes that were being looked at in the police department, are those all secured now? I mean, are they committed, accepted?
No.
No, okay.
Well, maybe. I can put it that way. I gotta add to that. Yeah, we did offer the one position to William B. Handy to be the chief. And then I offered the sergeant position to Sergeant Yates. This time, he did not accept it. But I do understand he called Mr. Behan today and said, when can I start? So, oh, yeah, so they've got to work it out.
Okay.
And it
Still
might be
being
a
looked
few
at.
months. It
Still
might be a
never
couple,
accepted.
3 months before we do anything, just to get the chief on board, you know, finding
Let's
out
get
his
our chief on
structure.
Get that
board.
secured.
Yeah.
the rest of it
comfortable.
covered.
So that was nice.
I'm sorry to throw that out.
No,
No,
that's
that's
perfectly
fine.
fine, yeah.
This horticultural letter,
Mhm.
we are just gonna go ahead and approve that, which
I think
obviously we
we
should.
should.
We've been
but
doing it
we-
for a long time.
Oh, we do it, yeah, we've always done it, but I didn't know.
Well,
Do we
and
have in
We
our,
didn't need to vote on it or.
in our budget, some kind of a beautification fund or
We
something?
have
Some funds in there, yes, that we're doing this week.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because they're gonna be wanting to do this every year, and they do such a great job.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been
th-
going on
this
for a
is
long,
like
long,
their
long time.
second, is this their second year, I think, of
No,
doing
it's
it?
longer
Just-
than that.
No, we've been doing the
No,
flowers, but
the
they
flowers
used to be
used to
done
come from another florist.
This is
by, at one point in time. Is
Third
this their
year.
third year?
Yeah,
That's
I
third
think
year.
it was.
Because one year it was Andy Parker
Right.
Yeah.
and then one year it was bloomers.
Mhm.
And then when the horticulture thing really got going, especially once it was under Bauer,
Mhm.
donating,
This is the
then
third year.
it, yeah, then it
Okay.
really blossomed. So-
Yeah, well.
Well, there were requests last year, it seems as though, for people to do their own decorating in the planters around town, and I think it's better that we have a uniform decorating type
Right.
setup.
And it's
That's what
excellent
this gives us,
experience for
yeah.
these kids. I mean, they're gonna grow the plants, they're gonna plant the plants.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're not gonna find a bunch of kids ripping around, tearing the plants up without some kind of retribution.
Reprimand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
and last year we started, and I'm hoping to continue it this year, that Buddy Ness and it was his group that was going to start home watering at least 2
The
days,
juvenile.
which would
Uh-huh.
open up our guys, because I don't like having our guys do it, but right now, I don't know what to do yet, so I haven't got to that one yet.
Well, we
It
can-
was something
we can
way
get the
back
work
when,
crew to do it, I think that's,
Yeah, but at least twice.
Ron whined about me, he says, it'll end up being public works.
It always is, always
Yeah,
comes back.
there's-
The SAIF training, is that for all of us to attend? Is that what we need to?
If you want to, you don't have to, but I just thought.
Well, I remember I missed the one last year. and
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm planning on attending for sure, so. And I'd like to have our department heads go. It's in town, so
Uh-huh.
I think it's important that they kind of know more about the insurance and how the rates are impacted and what they need to look for. So I think it'd be great if our employees.
So you make it mandatory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mandatory for our department heads to go. I guess and Jeff and Dennis
You got that letter
Go for
from,
that training.
from the governor?
Yeah. I had just put in a letter about the opportunity zones and we were kind of trying to push for that a little bit. And so she just basically acknowledged, thank you. So we'll see.
Yeah, you bet, that's good.
I'm gonna try everything we can.
Right.
Well, I think her and the solutions team have identified Lake County as a rural area in need. And so they put some resources towards this area, I think, in a lot of ways.
And they've also put, I didn't put it in the packet, but I just had notification that we'll have some additional grant funding. So through the rural regional solutions team. So last year, I know the county got some of that funding for their railroad. So I'm hoping this year, you know, I am having Daryl look at it also for some opportunities for the town with our water projects and stuff.
That'd be great
So,
if we could get it.
yeah, we need it. So we'll keep
Yeah.
working on it.
Okay. Well, next is public comment. I don't know what, you got anything to comment on, Mike?
Nope, I'm good.
We'll go to old business, the lodging tax advisory committee meeting, April 17th at 4 PM.
And that will be following the tourism studio that they're having on the 16th and 17th up at the ski area. And then Brad from Southern Oregon, visits Southern Oregon or Southern Oregon, what's it called?
Hospitality Association.
Yeah.
It's
He
travel
will be here
Oregon.
to
Yeah.
talk about how he's seen other towns do it and the pros and cons of each one. That's not making a recommendation, but just to say, okay, I've seen it done this way, this worked.
Recommendation for what?
For this advisory committee, you know, in our funding.
So,
So he will be here on the 17th.
Yes.
So
this-
So
we
do
have-
we have an advisory committee yet?
No.
So-
It's just to bring the council up to date on what
It's
we
just
should
gonna
do
be
as
a
far as
work
instituting
session.
it.
so 17th, we have a special meeting.
It's just, yeah, a special work session.
I think
At
it would be
3
good to hear what
or
other
at
communities
4?
are doing.
It can't be earlier than 4
No.
because they're meeting the 16th and the 17th and he would come to us afterwards, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Okay, I was confused about what that was. Thank you.
no problem.
And he's talking primarily about the lodging tax advisory
Committee.
committee,
How
setting
it's-
that
how
up.
it's set up in other
How we
communities
set it up,
in Oregon.
and it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Good advice. We'll
Well, I
probably-
think we need a professional kind of help us through some of this and how we'll set our funding up versus.
Fumbling in the dark.
Because I know the chamber's really kicking off with the tourism and that's what we need.
Mhm.
But how are we gonna do our funding and designate so much to the
Why does
chamber?
Brad have the opinion that somehow the town is fighting for some of the tourist dollars that are available to Southern Oregon?
I don't think we got it.
We'd better chat about that because he, after a phone call from the town, called Jessica and said, so have you guys been fighting with the town about the tourism thing? And she said, no, not that I know of. But the idea was that his impression, whatever was said, his impression was that the town wanted to form their own tourism entity.
Yeah.
The town has formed their own lodger's tax to be used
Yeah.
to promote the town of
Yes,
Lakeview.
yeah, but that's not the same thing.
No.
That's not disseminating and
Yeah.
bidding into it, so.
Not at all, and I did talk to Jessica yesterday or this morning, I don't even know what day it was, but
Yesterday.
I said, absolutely not.
I would hate to see us try and split things.
There's no way.
And
In
I
fact,
don't
we
think
may
Brad,
have
I
to.
mean, Brad won't be up for that because they have really made a huge commitment to the chamber
Right.
as the agency that's going to do this whole
And we
thing.
Well, and
don't need
the
another.
chamber was Jessica Borgardis and Dan Henderson were here and said that they would not be seeking any of the funds from the town of Lakeview. So that, you know, that's, we had asked them to enhance each other, those funds. If they're doing in an area and another area is not being advertised, then perhaps we could fill the void there and they could enhance each other. But as far as taking dollars away that are available in Southern Oregon, there may be matching grants. I know the chamber gets dollars from the tourism department for running the center down there, but that's fine. I mean,
Actually,
we're not going after
actually,
that.
that's at an end.
Oh, is it?
I'm
Okay.
sure that that's
That's come to an end.
That's
Well,
one of the things the state cut back on, so.
Yeah.
Because Jessica and the chamber had established some pretty good relationships through the Forest Service and everything. We're hoping we can keep that relationship going and keep that coverage, but it's a different thing now. I'm not sure I know all the ins and outs of
Yeah.
that, but it's changed dramatically.
visitors.
Yeah, and see, and
But then-
when I talked
I
to
think
her,
they cut down on visitor centers.
Yeah, across
We're
the
the
state, not
least
just here, probably.
populated
she
one.
said it's gonna be, about Lakeview, the businesses here, as well as trying to get people to stay here, and then go outside and explore and come back and stay again.
It's very much
Try to
centered
keep
in Lakeview
people in town
because,
as well.
hello, we're the
Lodging
population center.
facilities are
We're the
here.
ones who have the lodging facilities, if, we're the ones who have the restaurants. So it's
Yeah.
got to be centered in Lakeview. So I don't, you can have your little thing about Lake County Chamber, but this whole tourism thing is built on the Lakeview site. And then going out and doing things, but coming back here for your meal in the evening, coming back to stay and that sort of thing. So that's pretty much it. There, some of the things that Brad suggested, I think may be being worked on and he wanted, the whole Southern Oregon would like to see us spread some of our activities out so we don't have everything centered around the roundup. So that other activities could be placed in different parts of the year, and so you'd have a better consistent, people coming in for events, so he's pretty good.
But this isn't, that was not for me,
We're
just
not,
so you know.
yeah,
So,
yes,
yeah, I got that figured right out, so I will,
Okay,
Okay. Discussion on the public safety fee, we've done that. Let's move on to new business. Resolution number 928, IGA with the ODE.
number 928.
Yeah, 928.
Intergovernmental agreement with the state of Oregon and ODOE. Oregon Department.
That thing's coming right along over here by
Oh, yeah,
Napa, it's just really,
yeah. The cable, yeah.
Okay, so
So
what is this about?
well, a while back, the Department of Energy had a meeting in Boardman and actually appointed the town council in most cities to be on, to have a facility siting council. So you are one, just so you know. And what this does is for time that Janine spends or the council spends, we can get reimbursed up to $5,000 if we enter into an agreement. So when we're talking about citing the solar places around Lake County or, around right in our,
like we did at our last
right,
meeting.
then we can justify spending X amount of dollars, either advertising or Janine's time, because she did a staff, came to the meeting. So those hours, which she is now tracking her hours, we can be reimbursed for. So, yeah. So that's a good thing.
It is, for sure.
So, but we have to enter into this agreement in order to get reimbursed.
And it's good for what, a year, or does it endlessly, or?
Endlessly until told different. How about that? I'm getting
So
politically
we have a
right.
change of government.
So I don't know how long it lasts, but I think it's just until, yeah. They'll probably renew it every couple of years.
I would move that we approve the resolution by title, or is that?
No, we don't.
We don't have to
It's
do a
not an
resolution.
ordinance.
It's an order, okay. Okay, so I would move that we approve resolution number 928 in the matter of approving the intergovernmental agreement with the state of Oregon through ODOE.
Who's second?
A second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Move on to Oregon Clean Water Revolution Fund, revolving fund, excuse me.
And that's basically information. I talked to Daryl a little bit about that today, thinking that we may start looking at some of those funds, applying for some of those funds for our water system. So that's just information.
Okay.
Since we're on water, can I ask a question? I noticed in the minutes that 14th that we had a camera down to well number 9. Did that, I mean, I guess we'll receive a report on that.
Well, and actually, what I talked to Daryl about today is we put in a different pump in that well, a lower pump volume pumping, you know, and it's not sucking out the sand like it was. So they've been able to operate it, and we can do a couple of things. The sand's just really fine, and it's not that much right now. So we're monitoring it. And what Daryl suggested was putting a casing, like a, I don't know what the term was, it was a technical term, but it would be a barrier between the sand outside and the pump, you know. And he suggests doing that. And I suggested today that let's see what happens before we spend the money. Because we put that other pump in there and it seems to be doing fine. You know, we don't,
Are we using that water yet?
we haven't quite started using it because this has just been in the last couple of days.
So did we have, is it a new pump we bought, or another
It's
one
that
they
we
had? And this
And we
was
took
not
out the
as-
big one, put in the smaller one, and it's not holding the sand. No.
For
So,
some
Is
reason,
this the one on
it's
7th
fine.
Street?
Too powerful a vacuum to start out with.
so,
We all have to use that.
Pretty serious.
so at this time, instead of putting that barrier around it, let's just see what happens for a couple of months and see if it does suck, suck sand, or do we need a sand filter on it? Those are things we can look at that are not that much money,
But it is producing now.
but it's producing. So, that's a start.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice.
For sure.
After 9 years or 8 years or however long.
So
Yeah.
now, yeah.
So,
So which well was it?
9 is
Nine.
someone down off a second.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So,
Good.
yeah.
Okay. We have a PAC meeting on April 16th at noon. And then we have our LOC bulletin in there. Then let's move over to,
Resolution number
Authorizing the application.
929.
what resolution number would this?
929.
29.
Okay.
Yeah.
929. Has everybody read through?
And sorry that it was late. I didn't realize that we had to have it in today. I thought we still had a little time, so. But we're looking at different options for the pool. One is a heat exchanger. We do have one, but if we can get one under this grant, it would be great to keep the water. A pool cover, and maybe enhancing the bathrooms, the changing areas, cleaning them up, and do
That'd be
some
nice.
stuff like that would be really great. And
If I
then.
ever win the lottery, that's one
I
of
know.
the first things I'm gonna do.
But I was thinking too, and the other thing is at the kiddie park, putting in a splash park, which would eliminate lifeguards down there. So possibly doing that too, so we're trying to see what we
Because I don't
can
think there's that many kids that really use that small pool, is there?
They
Yeah.
do from
Yeah.
time to time. It
Like
gets
the lunch
full,
program
yeah.
down there and stuff.
Lunch
Yeah,
program
it's
and-
utilized.
and,
With
But
the
a-
lunch
a-
program and.
A splash
and
park
the little-
might be just as utilized though,
Right.
because I think
I
they
think
just want to
it'd
get wet.
I think that it'll
I
be
think it'd be
more.
more.
I think
More
it
so,
is.
yeah, that's, yeah, because some of them
Well-
are having a problem climbing into the pool the way that our water looks down there, so.
But if we could do a splash park and then, you know, you wouldn't have to pay, you know, the lifeguards to be on there, which would be great. And, yeah, I think it would be awesome, so just trying to support it.
Does that recirculate the water then?
No, no, it uses new. That's,
As long as it's running and it uses new? Yikes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of water.
You can put a thing on it, I think, to,
I was
To
gonna say,
regulate
is
their
there a way that
waters.
And
you
you only
could,
allow it
you could
during
build it
certain
up in a
periods of the day.
reservoir and then use it to water that park area?
Well, yeah. We need to flush
you
our
want to
system.
reuse it for the kids to splash in case they're drinking.
What?
You know how little kids drink out of things.
Basically, they pee in it.
That's what I'm saying. I was politically correct on that.
Well, she was trying to put it
Yes.
Mildly?
mildly, yeah.
I would
Not with
move
Sharon around, it's blunt.
I would move we approve resolution number 929 in the matter of authorizing the town of Lakeview to apply for a local government grant from the state of Oregon Parks and Recreation Department for development at the swimming pool in Kitty Park.
You hear a second?
I'll second.
Second.
Motion made and
I don't
seconded.
care.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, I think the title could have been just a little shorter though.
Well, it covers both locations, so.
Yeah, that's the idea. Well, the kitty park is just a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
You can grow a pretty good garden with all the dirt and soil that's around the edges. I'm serious. We could put that our
Zucchini?
zucchini. And it's never been cleaned up.
Well, it has been a different, well, when they trimmed those trees,
Yeah.
and then I did see them down there working on that one slide again, so they must have.
Yeah, I saw them working on
fix
that.
Yeah, they've spent a lot more time this year working on the park than they have in the past.
Yeah,
Well, and the sawdust is up a lot higher than it ever has been. That's something I remember years ago, I kept saying, where does it all disappear to? Once we put it in there, it's gone. I didn't know if people were hauling the sawdust out, or not sawdust, but the
Well, it
shade,
mostly
wood
just
shade.
keeps packing
Just
down.
pass
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
This, I thought maybe it was a little early to be putting it in, but as nice as weather as we've had some days, it's not bad.
And you guys are doing the executive
yeah.
session. Yep, you have fun with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta leave?
Yeah, we get to leave. They're going into an executive session. so-
We will adjourn the regular session for an executive session.
And I'll be back.